Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here. Welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, and today I want to talk about Lance, more specifically evade lancing. Evade lancing is back, admittedly not necessarily in the old school conventional format, but thanks to some brand new armor skills, some new armor pieces, there is a bunch of fun you can have with the evade lance playstyle, which for those of you guys that are Lance bros will 100% want to check this out. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then I will recap that in this video. So if you guys do enjoy this, like, will be super appreciated. Comment down below if you have any questions, and of course do be sure to let me know in the comments down below if you've been messing around with Lance in this playstyle. So first, quick history lesson. Evade Lance back in the Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate days used to be busted. Basically, if you ran a Lance set with maxed out evade window, you guys know that Lance has a triple back hop. Back in the day, if you ran max evade window and you did a triple back hop all throughout the entire animation, from the very first hop to the very last hop, that entire window, you were invulnerable. It meant that you could basically back hop through devastatingly powerful attacks, laser beams, huge explosions, things that would normally one-shot your team, anything like that you could back hop through. It was hella cool, hella broken, and then of course, fast forward to future games, it unfortunately wasn't quite the same. There was a version of it in sort of Generations, which was absolute evade lancing, and then of course in World, unfortunately that didn't really work, and then of course moving forward, it still didn't necessarily exist in the same format. And while admittedly in Sunbreak you are not going to be back hopping for absolute invulnerability for the whole thing, some of the new skills paired with max evade window do still give you some fantastic opportunities to play the more evasive evade lance style, whilst also proccing a ton of damage boosting abilities. So let's talk about that. Of course, we are once again turning our attention to the combination of Gold Rathian and of course Lucent Nagakuga armor. This, of course, as you see here, is the mix set. Basically, the focus here is on having Agitator, Evade Window, Poison Attack, Part Breaker, Adrenaline Rush, Foray, Blade Scale Hone, and Status Trigger. Three of those, of course, are things that proc off of a nicely timed evade, which, if you are playing the Evade Lance playstyle, will be something that you benefit from. And of course, a few other things there synergize nicely with status. So let's go through this. Of course, first things first, you're going to want a nice lance in this situation, grabbing the Datura Stellar Spear Plus, because of course this carries the poison element. We then of course also have the Golden Rathian helmet and waist, and the Lucent Nagakuga chest, arms, and legs. Taking a quick look at the skill setup for this one before we go through the details. Of course, in the Lance, we have the Destroyer Jewel 2, Defense Jewel 1, and of course then whatever is your most relevant Rampage decoration. In the helmet, we have two Challenger Jewels. In the chest, we have a Hard Defense Jewel and a Venom Jewel. In the gloves, we have two Blade Scale Jewels. In the waist, we then have a Destroyer Jewel plus 4, Jumping Jewel 2, and a Venom Jewel 1. In the legs, we have another Hard Defense Jewel 3, two Cornerstone Jewels, and then finally in the Talisman, we have a Handicraft Jewel and a Venom Jewel. And then of course on the augmentation front, on the weapon, you want to throw on plus attack and also plus element. Altogether, this gives you a very nice suite of skills. We have maxed defense boost, maxed agitator, max evade window, max poison attack, level 3 handicraft, max part breaker, max adrenaline rush, max foray, max blade scale hone, max status trigger, and of course a couple of points in defiance, a couple of points in sneak attack, a couple of points in chain crit boost. Honestly, there is a plethora of skills on this and these are all fantastic, but there are a few key pieces in this setup. First things first, of course, evade window being at max is a necessity. With the Lance playstyle, of course, there are a number of different ways that you can now continue your combo. Thanks to the new shield move, we do have a nice way to basically just like continue our combo and also work some KO into it. But in the more traditional Lance sense, we have the back hops, which is where the evade lancing stuff comes in. Having evade window level 5 does of course give you a much more generous window to jump back, to evade. And of course, when you do proc those nicely timed, you're going to activate the other powerful skills, namely Status Trigger, Blade Scale Hone, and also Adrenaline Rush. Status Trigger, of course, is the one where when you perform a perfectly timed evade, it will trigger abnormal status build-up on hit, and of course with this maxed out, that is 100% build-up, so basically every single hit, every single one of your pokes will be inflicting that status, and given that we've chosen poison in this regard, you then have plenty of nice passive ticks of damage, plus don't forget poison is one of the only abnormal status effects that you can actively build up while the first one is active, so you can basically maintain pretty good poison uptime. Adrenaline Rush, of course, is the one where when you perform the perfectly timed evade instead, you'll gain a temporary attack boost. And you then have Blade Scale Hone, which of course is the other one where either dodge rolling or again performing a perfectly timed evade will recover sharpness and also refill bowgun ammo, but that's not really necessary in this situation. So basically, on every nicely timed evade, you are getting Adrenaline Rush, Status Trigger, and Sharpness, so we get a massive boost to attack, we get some status, and we also get, again, sharpness regen. However, it does not stop there, because again, we have Foray, which buffs damage when the enemy is under a status, and since we do have poison being inflicted a lot of the time, then this also gives us a further damage boost on top. If you did want to take it to the next level and get a little bit more min-maxy, then what you might want to try and do is roll Blade Scale Hone on the armor pieces through the Curio system, because of course if you do that, it will free up a few more decoration slots to throw some other things in. However, for the purpose of this, as you can see, if you don't want to invest a bunch of time and RNG and materials into potentially never getting that skill, then you can, as we have done, also gem it in. As with a lot of these mix sets, it's not necessarily going to be the most damaging or the ultimate meta set, but this is a hell of a lot of fun. Whenever you pull off a nicely timed evade, seeing all of those skills proc at once is incredibly satisfying. And of course, the Evade Lance playstyle, while again it might not be as busted as it was in 4 Ultimate, is definitely still a viable way to play this weapon, and of course we now get a ton of damage benefits from that as well. So if you're looking for a fun way to play Lance, mess around with some new things, and of course also get out some good damage and status at the same time, then consider giving this a try. But that's pretty much it. Let us know in the comments down below what you guys think of this. Let me know if you have done a version of this. Maybe you've got a set of your own that sort of works well with this. Let me know if you guys have had any luck with the Curio crafting system. But otherwise, that is pretty much it. Keep it locked on the channel for plenty more. If you've missed some of our recent videos, you can check out one of these ones. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.